Good morning, Vietnam. I had to do it once. Alright, so got about 57,000 troops drilling them, building about 5,000 more, so 62,000 troops. Truces with Song, Bengal. Can go ahead and embrace scientific methods, so that's shown up in this province and our capital. Let's see, am I gonna probably take the next mill tech, a couple dip techs possibly. So I could probably wait, because it's gonna be in this province, and it'd probably be cheaper. But I think I'm gonna do some reforms, so that's going to increase my corruption. So I should probably just embrace it now. Plus that reduces dip and mill tech cost anyway, so 1,762 ducats to do that. Dip and mill tech cost negative 5%, so I'll take the next mill tech for some yearly tradition gain. Take the next cannon. And then I'll do a reform. So our provincial corruption is at 67%. It's ticking down 0.18% per year. So it's probably around that 65 to 66% range is where it will settle eventually, assuming it doesn't go up. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Enforce reasonable tenure duration. So that'll give 20 bureaucracy corruption, 10 state corruption, lose stability points, negative 20 relations between everybody, negative 10 elite loyalty, negative 0.1 provincial corruption, negative 0.05 state corruption. And then with the nobility, they're at 74%, so I'm going to go ahead and revoke another privilege from them. I'm going to revoke I'm going to do this codified titles of the court. So that'll reduce their influence by 5%. It'll reduce yearly corruption by 0.1, so that's another corruption reform I'd be getting rid of, and some prestige decay as well. Alright, so that should be 0.15 state corruption and 0.1 provincial corruption that we're decreasing by now. And I can't do any supports with them, because I don't want them to gain power. Their power is at about 56.64. I think they control the country. Yeah, they control the country. 7.5. What are they, 39%? You know what, I'll do a strategic marriage, because they should drop. It's 1 point... No, it's it's less than 1%. 0.125% for 5 years. That's what, 0.6 something? I'll go ahead and do that, just to get them into the 40s. Alright, so I unlocked another idea group. I'm doing professionalism, so in order to do this, you have to have quality and standing army. So professionalism gives monthly war exhaustion, negative 0.01, 1 yearly army tradition, 1 land leader fire, 100% army tradition from battles, reinforced speed 5%, reduced morale damage taken by reserves plus 5%, artillery damage from the back row 10%, general cost negative 5%, military advisory cost negative 25%, and the finisher is discipline plus 2.5% and yearly armor professionalism plus 0.5%. And the combined idea with this is bureaucracy, which gives yearly army professionalism plus 1.5%. So that's, if I get that plus the finisher, that is yearly army professionalism plus 2%, 2.5 discipline, guaranteed fire pip. Some yearly tradition decay, increase, yearly army tradition increase, some increased artillery damage, reinforced speed, which is always good if you're fighting constant battles against a country that has hundreds of thousands of troops, which we're surrounded by a couple of those, so that'll come in handy. Let's take the next dip tech right there. So that just leaves us without global trade, which is not spreading anywhere in this region. It's slowly spreading in Europe. Most of Europe doesn't even have this. So it'll take a little bit of time to get here. And then meritocracy, which I have 76% meritocracy in our capital, which I'm not sure if getting this in the capital would be enough. I think it would. But to be 24% away from that, it's killing me. Lingnan, I want to give you money. Give me knowledge. You give me knowledge, I give you money. So now I'm probably not going to make any money, really, because provincial corruption is 86.5%. So I have war reps with Bengal for another 2-ish years, and war reps with Song for another 6.5 years. So they should actually cover me for a while. So I might run a little bit of a deficit. Hopefully it's just a little deficit until this provincial corruption decreases. Yeah. I've spent some money building some buildings. Building amenities rank 4 in my capital. Building garrisons. I'm building 2 garrisons in this province because I'm going to delete that fort because I think it's messing up with the enemy's pathing. It's allowing them to come into this province. I believe that happens when you have forts that touch each other. So once that garrison's built here, I'm going to get rid of that. And I'll probably get rid of the fort in the capital, just to prevent them from coming into there, because I don't want to fight in either of these provinces because they are floodplains. So I want to fight on the frontiers because those are all nice forest mountains or jungle. That's where I want the fighting to be. And then I'm upgrading these forts. These 4 forts I'm upgrading to, I think, bastions. Yeah. Level 3 forts are bastions. So I'm upgrading those 4 to bastions. And then I'm building garrisons in these 3 provinces. So that should protect these provinces from enemies. So some 4 provinces with garrisons, 4 upgraded forts to defend those frontiers. And then there's amenities rank 5 being built here. That's going to take forever. 50 units has to be built there. 10 a year. Maximum 10 a year. It's going to take a little bit of time there. Building pathing and amenities in this province. I'm going to build a lot more cities. And I think I'll try to specialize some provinces. So some provinces will just build like armaments and ship. And then whatever else was in that province. Because I know one of them's armaments, ship, and textile industry. Because that was in there before I started working on it. So that'll be a city. This will probably be a city. producing armaments. This one, not building anything there. This province, I think amenities, yep, amenities building here. This amenities keeps ticking down, so I think I put 75% infrastructure maintenance into this province because its amenities is rank 1. And there are 38,000 people here. So amenities rank 1, the cap is 10,000, and there's 40,000 people here. So that should really be amenities rank 3 in this province. And then this province, I believe it's also amenities. Yeah, amenities rank 3 I'm building here because that cap is 30,000 at amenities rank 2, and there's 52,000 people here. So I definitely need to build amenities up all over the country, really. And that's what I'm going to try to do. I think I also want this province to be a city as well. I'm going to try to put all of the cities that I develop in the south to protect them potentially from invasions, because there's not a whole lot to build up here if I don't want to build on the frontier. Maybe this province. But these provinces down here are protected by a lot of forts, unless the enemy lands troops. Which hopefully I'd be able to see that happening. So this is amenities rank 1. 20,000 people. I'll build this to amenities rank 2. This is the part of the campaign where I spend all of my money, and then 5 years from now I have massive deficits. I'm going to try not to do that. But amenities is pretty important, so I'll try to build a couple amenities. Let's go ahead and do amenities. How much money is being spent on infrastructure in this province? 24 ducats. Okay, the elite are actually investing more money into this province than the maintenance spending, which is completely opposite from this province. One of these provinces I saw, not that province. One of these provinces had like an elite investment of 10 ducats and the maintenance spending was like 90 ducats. So a lot of the buildings were decaying. I believe I fixed that. I think 25% might be good for now. The elite investment is more. So I'll leave it at that. I don't want to build too much, because it would lead to a constraint on my supplies. So I think that's a good amount to build. Looking at industry, food supply is 2,000, demand is 2,221. So we do have a food deficit. We have a salt deficit, 20. Some things like salt, there's only so much salt I can produce. We don't have any salt mines, so all the salt has to come from the ocean, or hard to build things like game industries. So there's only so much I can do about that. I think most of the mines on the ocean are maxed or near maxed. I think I'll look at that map mode, top off any provinces that aren't maxed. Fiber's good, fuel's good. See, raw materials has a massive deficit now. I believe that is because we are building. Doesn't actually tell you what the demanded good is. I believe it's raw materials and industrial products as well. Consumer is good by a lot, plus 70. Military is not good. I'm building more armaments and provinces specific to armament production. Naval is really good. Industrial has a small deficit. I think that's because we're building now. Luxury is not good, but I think that's increasing. We're getting there. And knowledge is pretty good. Speaking of knowledge, this province right here, This province has a massive knowledge center. The income from higher education in this province this year, I don't know if this fluctuates, but this year at least, 531 ducats income, 123 ducats spending, profitability of 330%. That is massive. This province alone from the higher education industry produces 33 units of knowledge. And that's not even, the max is 50. So they're missing some literati. So as that literati increases, the higher education output should increase as well. Pretty good. I don't think any other province comes close to that level of knowledge production. The profitability in the capital is about the same. 13 units of knowledge production in the capital. $10 units over there. Yeah, and that's... This province is actually good. It is a dominant center of trade, dominant center of production. Important center of learning. Yeah, its higher education industry is 19. Produces 4 units of knowledge. And this province doesn't even have higher education. I think its slots are maxed. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. No. I'm going to go ahead and open up a higher education slot into this province. Maybe it is. Yeah, because there's 38,000 residents. This might be maxed. Maybe I just counted wrong. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. No. Oh, wait, no, there is higher education. There's no commerce in this province. There's no... Why is there no commerce in this province? That's so weird. Yeah, let's open up commerce. There is a natural location here, so its commerce output is plus 10%. Yeah, let's get that going. That's weird. Random provinces like this one have commerce. This one have commerce. That one does not start with commerce, apparently. Alright, town size. Natural change is 50,000. Inward movement, 24,000. So we're getting about 75,000 people per year. So that's pretty good. Definitely want to see if I can get that increased. A little bit more. Residents, we're losing about 1,000. It's because of these amenities being too low. So I'm going to try to improve those, building a bunch of those amenities. We're getting about 10,000, close to 10,000 people moving inward, so that's good. Close to 1 million residents. And then burghers and clergy. Alright, this is the potential mind map mode, which I mentioned before. So I'll top off the orange coastal provinces with their mines. Should lead to a little bit of salt production. And then I'll throw 10 ducats into these provinces. I believe this one is coal. Actually, I'll overinvest in the coal province. Yeah, because that's at about 1/3, so I'll overinvest there. Labor difference is 23. So that province should get some people migrating there and more coal production. That's metal, which is raw materials. Gold and coal. Okay, there we go. So this province was 10 unit size. And now it's 120. So there's no coal in this province. So I could open up coal in this province and split the mines. I assume it would be split between gold and coal. Or I could not open up a coal industry, and all my investment into the mine in this province will be gold. So I could have a gold mine in this province, size 120. So I like the idea of that. So I can't do any building right now because of that bastion. So once that bastion finishes, I'll throw 100 ducats in there. And that'll be a pretty good size gold mine in that province. And then this one is metal as well. Yeah, I'll throw a couple extra ducats into those two provinces, get some metal. I believe the farm industries... Yeah, our capital makes 141 ducats from farmlands. This province makes 208 ducats from farmlands. 54 ducats there. And 112 ducats there. This one is actually only half size, so... I'll put 10 ducats in all of those provinces. The other farmlands provinces are these three down here. How are they doing? 41 ducats. 48 ducats. And 36 ducats. I'll throw some money down here as well in these provinces. I have what, 3,900? I think I had 8,000 last time and the deficits rolled in. And I burned through that money relatively quickly. So I think 4,000 is probably where I will sit, at least until next year, just to see how much, if we run a deficit, how much that deficit is. Otherwise, I try to build some irrigation, maybe a couple other amenities. You guys didn't want to combine? Actually, let's see if I can send some ships elsewhere. Building, I think, 10-ish ships, so 75% there, 48% there, 64% there. Oh yeah, I think a lot of these nodes would be easy to grab a majority share with really only a couple ships. Because one ship is... $4.5 trade power. So, yeah, let's send these two ships. Send those guys over there. And I'll send some ships down to Malacca, because Malacca has the most at 72. That's 5.6 ducats in that province. 5.4 over here. They have the most at 53. Actually take off 2 ships from these guys. I'll send 3 over there. 3 over there. I can't send them to Malacca, actually. So I'll send the other ships over there. It's a lot of ships I built. Still have room for 5 more. Get those going as well. So I could send these to the South China Sea, which I believe is this one. No, that's over here actually. Don't have a merchant over there. That bumped that to 31%. This one is 76. I'll just split these for now. Between those 2 nodes. Get rid of those guys. Grain provisions expire. Let's go ahead and do that. Full grain provisions. Corruption is decreased by 1.64 per year. And it actually hasn't been a yearly... hasn't been a year yet, so I don't know how much that is decreasing. Alright, you make 56 ducats from trade. I also have half the trade power over here because of the war with Bengal. They took a merchant from me. Yeah, the merchant situation definitely sucks if you don't expand into, just expand in general, I guess. But I'll just deal with that because I'm tall, so it's alright. That is the limitation that I have. So let's send those ships over there. No longer a violent rival. And then they immediately announced me a rival. Okay. Song, I want you to help me. See, I'm not sure I should actually use Song to attack Ming, because I feel like they would just lose battles. So fighting Ming is probably best to just have Ming either get trapped over here and not be able to come over, or maybe come this way. Or if they come this way, then they'd have to retreat back to their territory. They'd probably retreat over here. So I think it's better to not do anything with Song. Ming has 180,000 men. I feel like Ming would just build 300,000 troops. So I think I'm going to want at least like 75,000 troops. Because I think that should be enough if I'm fighting enforced mountains with combat with negative 55%. That should be enough reinforcements to hopefully win those battles against them. How was our corruption? So we're making 10 ducats. 17 ducats from taxation. Corruption is decreasing about 3% per year. So 4 years to drop 10%. Really makes me want to just do another one. This is dropping 1.58. Because the more I do these and the faster I do these, the faster these things should decay as well. If I only had meritocracy, this would decrease so fast. Meritocracy's 0.3 yearly corruption reduction would be nice. Plus that negative 30% tech cost makes that corruption hurt a little bit less. This one actually isn't that bad. Negative 5% stability increase interval, negative 0.05 state corruption, negative 50% bureaucratic influence inertia. If I do this, the bureaucrats are going to have probably a stronghold over the country. The elites don't actually decrease their loyalty-wise. Relations decrease. The aristocrats actually hate me. Metropolitan 17. Bureaucrats hate me. Chiefs are cool with me. Spiritualists are okay. It's only 5 bureaucracy corruption. 10 corruption, lose 1 stability. Yeah, go ahead and do that. That puts everybody except the chiefs in the red. They'll have to deal with it. And then, yeah, I'm not collecting taxes, so I don't want to collect taxes. If most of that's just going to be siphoned off for corruption, I don't want to collect taxes. I'd rather have that remain with the, that money remain with the people. Widespread tax relief. So let's do that again. The truce with Song ends 84, so that's actually kind of close. Truce with Bengal ends 86. And I want to complete professional army ideas before I fight Ming. Truce with these guys ends 83. Alright, so I'll probably go a little bit and then attack one of these guys around me. Probably these guys. Start carving up their country and then go from there. So, thank you for watching, and goodbye.